Nah, I ain't know how to do it, but hold on, let me go get my drink. I take sleeping medication every night. It's like I really can't go without it. So it's like I know when I'm going to go to sleep. So I gotta kind of have enough food to eat while I'm going to sleep, and then so it's like this eating. It's like recreational eating for me. It's not like eating. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't take my sleeping medication yet. So and I'm talking and it motivates my speech. So you know, so I just like it. I was kind of boiling this, you know what I mean, for the past, you know what I mean, hour or something like that, so it could, you know, be hot. Put some butter in it. I like it. For me, I mean, what we doing here? I got a little exhibition. All of a sudden, I'm being shown like an exclusive, some type pop music that I never heard before. Cause I started listening to that Claire Boucher. My daughter, man, if she came here and chill with me, all she'd be able to do is not use her phone and blog and do as she do. I live my lifestyle so my family could live their lifestyles, you know, and I could look over them from where I'm at, being safe, like a ruler or a leader should be, so they can lead. I go outside; it's a major event. I go out of state. The state I go to know before I get there. It's like that. I may have thought recklessly in my life. I did reckless things. They didn't land me in jail. But I'm at a point with regards to my knowledge and things when I can't jeopardize myself. I can't think recklessly anymore. And I don't want anybody else to come upon harm too. I'm really, you know, remaining, so I can keep my family and everybody safe with regards to my wisdom and my knowledge and even my brute strength if it comes into play sometime. I graduated from high school. I went to college. I filled out an application this year around the corner to the place that I worked when I was 22. ShopRite. I haven't had a little girlfriend there. Yeah, I mean, she was pretty. She worked with me. So I'm good. I'm enrolled into a time when I can motivate with regards to an amount of money that's stipulated and applied towards financing my education. You know, so I could have some classes. A car really only costs $2,000 or $1,000. $1,000 for a raw car. My daughter had bought a car from my aunt Bertina for $200. That's the one I never saw. It was a Honda. She used it to trade in for her Toyota Corolla. You know what I mean? So it's like I could get a car, but you know. So I mean that might come into play for my education. I'll get a car to, take me back and forth to campus. So I considered everything. Here's what it is I gotta do. But when I get home sometimes, all of a sudden I get pocket picked while I'm in my house. Somebody's trying to pick my pocket on my phone. I don't have any money on my phone. You know what I'm saying? And it gets so exhausting. It's like they're advertising these phones and these things. I don't have a desktop. On TV, and they're the very things that are being instrumental that they're advertising is something that's just it's not a simple life I lead. It's very complex. I leave my house, I come back and my computers and the things I had, the lights, they still work. But it's just people don't want me to work. I don't have to immediately work based on the location of my attention deficit disorder, which plagued me since I was located in school. I never could really I don't learn like people learn. You understand? And I got classified. So it's like ultimately it's like, you know what? You really don't. You know what I mean? So we got this money you want to have, so you don't gotta work, and I enjoy it in the time I don't have to spend, you know, under an employer to really involve myself in some very liberating spiritually, live at work as a journalist, as an artist, and you know, I do, I do, I do. So it's and people understand that I'm here. They know about me being alive. So I don't want to jeopardize my reputation realistically, you know, by going into a gas station. And I don't even have people I associate with realistically that'll rob a gas station with me or that I'll rob a gas station with. Crimes like that don't come to a criminal capacity. They come by way of people who trust each other to do something that they don't have to worry about getting caught for. Of course, me and my friends doing these reckless things as we did in the past, we never got caught. It was never a crime. Right now, I'm my friend. I'm not going to get caught. Me and me ain't going to do no crimes. Crimes against, you know, human minds, maybe. I mean, based on how far it is I go as an artist, I go very far. I go to a point, where I pursue issues I have and institute, what I mean, recreation on people's recess, lyrically. But it involves trust, and criminal activity is just another sport. At one time, it's like bungee jumping. You know, you get a bunch of friends and you want to bungee jump. You don't keep the money forever, but you keep the memories. You know, you keep them. And as long as you really don't kill people, you're not gonna get in trouble on Judgment Day. But that's gonna be on your record. One thing that happens with Jehovah, one thing that happens, I was gonna say with Jehovah. Jehovah's with me, man. But I can't intimidate the proclivity of the comfort level I had, what I mean, to speak. Because Jehovah alone, what I mean? You know, they doing some old school shit. Nah, man. But as it is, it's like that's that. I never was really a bad kid or nothing like that, but it was different for me. In classroom environments and in working environments, it's not. I can't. I'm locatable to apply myself and legally, able to participate in the work field. I've even considered it for a hobby, but I've been occupied in more courtrooms than Donald Trump. You know, no crime. The thing about it, it's like superior civil court. You only get there after you get arrested. So you get arrested and taken to court time after time. The handcuffs don't get no looser, and the cops, they're never invisible. But the criminal record doesn't exist. That's what it is. Ever since I first started getting arrested, even before I started rapping, and getting published, people was like Mike, man, the fuck, they on you, they running from you for real. They thought like it was some shit like what the fuck, Mike, what do you do? Then they found out that I didn't do nothing, and then they just was like, it's kind of fucked up. What's going on? I'm talking about people in the hood. I'm talking about these gangbangers and shit. Like, Mike, man, I was running from the cops. You know what I mean? Going to the park, like for like 5 and 10 minutes. Washington Park around the corner from my mom's house. Cops got paddy wagons out looking for me. On site. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? On site, he gotta go. There ain't no warrant. You know what I mean? So, but as it is, I'm brought to a place that I really enjoy, and it's inside of me. I do things that people can't do. Some people can't stand. People do them, and then they stand, and then they represent social media and apps. Uzi Verta, he represents apps, but it's just like with my momentum, I do as I can, and I'm recorded. Everything I say, it's easy to be a journalist. It's easy to be a creator. You know, in the public eye, you really don't die. But under the microscope of the Pentagon in America, you might have to get hot. It might get hot. It is hot. I'm hot. I can't do too much that motherfucking criminals don't know about. I would be one of them. I got set up by the cops a lot of times. They want to set me up for the 20 years. I must be doing something they like or don't like. When your life is criminal, when your character is suspect because of the action potential of the people who fellowship under your statements, you'll never get to be like anybody else. I'm an enemy here in this country. Maybe the government, the cops decided that, but I still respect the government and the cops that I encounter, and I don't disrespect myself. I expect myself to see my mother again. I expect myself to see my grandmother. I expect myself to see my uncles. I expect myself to see to see my daughter's son. And that's promised to me. I'm looking forward to that. Like I used to look forward to going to great adventures. Like I used to look forward to going to Busch Gardens. Busch Gardens and Wildwood Kingdom, Dorney Park and Wildwood Kingdom. Hershey Park, Action Park, the best water park in is it in New Jersey? In New Jersey, Action Park is the best water park that exists. You know, you go to Action Park, you get in the water, it's 20 feet deep. I went to Action Park before. I went to Vermont. I went skiing, you know, but it's different now. I'm involved in my career. Yes, I'm an enemy, but I do what I do, and I do it well. But you know, I would get out and play basketball, but you know, walking is good exercise. I'm learning to appreciate simplicity. As people are suffering and dying worldwide, I'm not suffering and dying not in here. They got people that can't make it to the hospital. I go to the doctor every motherfucking month. Every time I get a chance to get my toenails cut properly. I mean, these people they don't got a pot to pissing in some places, but they pissing. They pissing and urinating heavenly sisters. I identify that. These people can see me from where they at. I'm living like every king that ever existed. And I'm the one that's going to live forever. Jesus and Jehovah told me that. My wife in heaven told me that. I mean, you can't bask in fortune, but you can appreciate the freedom that was pronounced here by Abraham Lincoln forever. You know, in the peace that we enjoy in this country. But obviously that don't exist any and everywhere else in the world. It may never exist. But being humble isn't necessary. It's a goal set to a young Christian mind before it is you grow into a heavenly career. My humble position is impossible based on the nobility of my words. But these people's priority, their position, their accomplishment, being a nation, being a race, is 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 amazing. You know, we're not looking exactly at Somalia in 1986. You know, when they want you to, you know, adopt a kid and give a penny a week, we're looking at people who recently were very, very wealthy, you know, with regards to modern day um, things that are offered to the civilization's accomplishments, like hospitals, like trauma centers, like X-rays, and that all disappeared. I'm here getting X-rays, you know. They don't got no Obamacare and fucking power. They don't, you know. But it's just, it's how did you live? And ultimately, you got to know if you really a soldier, you a soldier. I lead soldiers. I lead soldiers. I command angels. And statements that I make before Jehovah God and Jesus Christ. I'm very, very militant. I'm very, very military. I'm very, very decorated. In Jesus' name, amen. I won't close how I close my prayers because I don't want nobody to repeat it to me. Now I might as well eat this. That's what I'm going to be doing.